been in your local bar,
in
your coffee shop, in you. He's been everywhere.
In your coffee shop, in your local bar, in you.
And he's still ghosted.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Jen and Toxic.
We have the giggles today.
Giggles.
I'm giggling.
It feels, you know what? After editing the last 2 episodes, it is taking everything in me to not go.
I know. No. I'm done. And you know what else we're not doing?
What?
Someone told me.
Oh, no.
I need a nickname for this guy. Whatever.
Okay.
Surfer boy. I'm sure you can guess who that would be.
I think so.
Our friend, whatever. But he was like, you guys say lore way too much. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, me as an individual, I say lore. But like
the lore of it all, there's no better way to describe it.
Is that the word of the year? It's my word of the year.
It should be the word of the year.
Because
who does the word of the year again? Is it Webster?
Yeah.
Who's the?
Yeah, I want to say
it's the
Mr. Dictionary.
Mr. Dictionary. Mr. Dictionary. Lore. Anyway. A compilation of us just saying lore.
No, seriously, but like, okay,
there's no better way to describe it.
If you heard episode 1, like, lore is the only way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
anyways, we're back. Episode 3, season 3, 333.
Angel number.
Listen, if you guys notice, although we didn't put up like, you know, we're gonna continue the flow chart today. We'll get into it.
Oh, don't worry.
But we do have a little addition.
Oh my God! Period.
To last week's flow chart.
Can they even see it? Should I have like put it in the camera first? I can take it down.
It's fine.
Whatever. Okay.
Well. Can you guys see it?
You definitely can't see
it. All right,
it.
take it down and show the people. Turn your video on.
No, put your fucking video on. Now,
yeah,
I said.
If you're not listening, if you're not watching this through video, you need to.
Okay, so remember the rat boy story? If you don't, essentially this man took me on a date and drew me a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real life.
And so we have the rat. There it is. Do you see it? Yeah, perfect. Gorgeous.
So what I realized today is I took this out of my desk drawer. This is from March. Okay, it's almost been a year. And the fact that I've had that for that long, our Poquito receipt.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what did you guys get that night?
A lot of mezcal, I recall.
Cloud night. Yeah, smoking Negroni.
Oh,
that's definitely.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, American Express. Did he pay?
He sure did.
Good man.
I would never.
Who was I with the other day? Oh my God.
Good man.
Good man.
Give it to me.
No, I was with somebody the other, like, I know who it is, but I'm not going to say her name. You would have no idea. She's like a friend of a friend that she like works with one of my friends in the fashion industry, like at their job, whatever. This girl said that she gets the ick when a man doesn't own an Amex.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
I know, well, it's ridiculous, but it's kind of hilarious because it is so sexy when a man whips out an Amex to pay. Yeah. I feel sexy when I whip out my Amex to pay.
I get turned on every time you take out that goddamn platinum Amex.
That platinum Amex.
I'm not gonna lie, Christina.
It's a status symbol, and I'm okay with
people
that.
know. I'm always like, guys, oh my God, Christina, put her Amex down.
Yeah, and it's under my business too, which is crazy. It's just a fucking flex. Imagine me being out on a date like with a man and paying, which I would never do. But if I was to pay, I would take out. Don't worry, it's on me. Beauty chickie.
Yeah. Period.
But yeah, she said she gets turned off in the ick by men that don't have an Amex.
Okay,
which I
wouldn't get the
so
ick, but it's
funny.
definitely like a green flag. It's definitely like a good.
I consider it a green flag.
Yeah,
but it's just it. I don't know. I thought that was so funny when she said that. That shit, like, it sent me for days. It's like, did you see that thing about how Olivia Rodrigo will judge a man by when she'll ask a man. It was like an interview came out and she was like, I'll always ask a guy if he would go to space. If he had the opportunity, would he go to space?
Oh my God, that's
an
amazing question.
Yeah, and she's like, if they say, like, you know, depending on if they say yes or no, like, and whatnot.
I feel like I'd want them to say no.
Right. Exactly.
Like, don't be different.
Yeah. Like, I totally go.
I go
Elon's
to, like,
my boy.
life's all about opportunities.
SpaceX. That's Elon's thing, right? SpaceX.
Don't ask me.
I don't know anything about Elon Musk other than
that he sucks.
Yeah.
So fucking much.
He named him and Grimes baby, that weird ass name.
He's like a part of the United States government now, which is
I know.
so
like what?
like what timeline are we in?
Yeah.
Like
anyway, listen, rewind.
Oh yeah. So
Back to the rat.
that's my. So this is my rat that a man drew me like almost a year ago. But I took it out of my drawer today, and I was just like, why am I like this? Like, why? I've seen this goddamn rat. It's like in my drawer like once a week for the last like year, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna come in handy. I knew it was gonna be for the show.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't get. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it.
Do you have like? I have at my apartment. I have like a memory box. It's literally just like a plastic like box. It's like the size of a shoebox.
Yes, I do.
And I just shove all just like random like little like, you know, matchboxes, like pictures, whatever in the box. I have everything, like all photos, all stuff of my exes, like dating back to boy band. Like
I started saving
the box.
receipts this year because I think it's kind of cute because it says like what you got, what the date was, and like whatever. Like I have a few receipts.
I save receipts, every receipt ever for business expenses.
Okay, well,
And you're like,
I
save them for the aesthetic of it.
Okay, because I'm not gonna. We're gonna get to this in today's episode. Me and Boat Boy's first date, I saved the receipt, which is
That's cute.
Okay, it's kind of crazy, but I'm like, hear me out. What if we started dating and I like had this, and for a gift, I like frame it. What were you gonna say?
You know what? I've seen crazier. Well, two things. Number one, so weird that you say that because I just watched a TikTok like before you were getting up. She's dying.
I'm fine.
Great. She's dying. She has bronchitis. It's whatever.
I have a sinus infection.
So, no, I watched this TikTok right when you were coming to the studio, and it was this girl. You know the trend going around on TikTok where it's the like the photo of the Muppet like shocked, and people are putting their story times over it.
I can't stop reading them.
I know, they're so good.
Working.
And I just watched one of a girl who found a gorgeous wedding dress for $100 after she went on one date with a man.
Yes, but I didn't finish reading it.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie.
Basically,
that.
she was out as a wedding guest with the guy. They started dating and she was out as a wedding guest with him. And he said something. What did you just smile at? What did you? What was that? I thought someone walked in.
No.
What was that?
Just move on. Move on. I was looking at the camera because I was like, I feel like I'm sitting really weird, and then I got self-conscious about like looking at the camera, and I was like, oh, I remember there's people watching, and I got scared.
I'm telling you a story. You look into the distance and just.
I hate today.
I thought maybe
I hate today.
I thought for some reason maybe like Noah walked in because he texted in the studio.
I'm crying.
Noah texted. Noah's the guy that runs the studio. He texted in the studio.
He runs it.
He runs it. He runs this whole joint.
This circus.
Yeah, the circus is the right way to put it.
I'm like, not the circus again.
Not the McCarran Park Circus.
Sorry, I told
Oh
you we had
my
the giggles.
God.
I told you we had the giggles.
Enough. What was I even saying? The woman with the wedding dress. Okay, backtracking. There's a circus in McCarran Park. That's not the circus we were referring to. There's a circus inside the studio, and I thought you were smiling because Noah texted that he needed to pick up his camera, and I thought he was walking through the door.
No, it was just being weird. That was so private. Keep going.
Anyways, I don't know why I'm dying over that.
I don't
was
know.
just like, what the fuck?
I'm just losing. I'm so sleep deprived and losing my mind.
It like
It's fine.
looked as like if you're like talking to a friend, like if you guys are out to coffee, you're talking to a friend, and then they see somebody
Okay,
walk
stop
in the
bringing
room.
it
to
up.
mind
Stop
you.
bringing it up. I asked you to move on.
Anyways, okay, so the woman, she goes, what's it called? She goes as a date with the guy to a different wedding, and she's there, and he starts talking to his mom with the girl there about the quote unquote dress that the girl bought. So she's freaking out because she's like, oh my God, wait, how did he find out that I bought a wedding dress? Like, did I accidentally tell him? Am I delusional? Blah, blah, all this stuff. And then she ends up like saying something about it being a wedding dress or something. And she's like, oh, wait, so like you're not freaked out that I bought a wedding dress or whatever? And he was like, what are you talking about?
Oh.
Had no idea, was referring to a different dress. And then was laughing so hard, was like, long story short, they're married now.
No.
They're married. And she included a photo from their wedding. Yeah.
I'm upset.
Now back to keeping things like the receipt and everything.
Yes.
So I do keep receipts for business expenses. However, along with what you said, what I started doing was I have been journaling a lot more recently, and when I've been journaling, it's been like at like a cocktail bar. Like I like to go out and journal, like go to a cocktail bar or a coffee shop or something and journal. And with all of my journal entries, I've been stapling the receipt to that journal entry.
That's cute.
Yeah, and my first one that I went to was I journaled. First page of my new journal was at Do Chats, and when Do Chats, when they give you the receipt, they also give you the postcard. So I stapled it with the postcard.
I have a cherry on top postcard in one of my journals.
Yeah,
I've done that before. I should start doing it more, and then I also put the song I'm listening to while I'm writing the entry.
Yeah,
so like I can look back
that's
and like
cute.
I just started doing that to remember like what music I was listening to at that time. That's always cute.
Yeah.
Anyways. What was your rose and thorn? What was your rose?
What was
and
my
what was
rose
your
and
thorn of the week?
Yeah. I know didn't we do this last? Oh, not in last episode. Well, newsflash, guys. We actually attempted to record this episode once before. It didn't work out so well, so now we're re-recording.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just like left the studio and I was like, we like never re-record either, like ever. But I was like, that just wasn't it.
You weren't on
like
it.
it had nothing to do with Christina. I just like was so out of it that day and like just wasn't.
Well,
feeling
obviously,
it.
it had nothing to do with me. I'm perfect.
You're perfect.
Thank you.
And always funny. And you carry the show on your back. I'm a failure. I'm stupid.
Stop.
Okay. Enough.
No, never enough. Tell me more.
I know, right?
Me and you, Gemini and Leo.
Oh, the worst. I'm like, what do you like about me? Like,
yeah, like, do you when you have a boyfriend, you're like, no.
What did you think when you first saw me?
Yeah, what did you think when you first saw me?
Do you remember what I was wearing?
Do you remember when you discovered that you loved me?
What was the moment that you realized you fell in love with me?
Yeah.
Tell me now.
Tell me right now. What do you remember about our first date?
Yeah. What?
I said, what do you remember about our first date?
Oh.
Yeah. One of the characters today remembered everything about the moment he saw me, but he ended up falling off. So I can't wait to share that.
Oh, dear God.
Yay. I'm excited for today, guys.
No, what was your rose and what was your thorn?
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Before we get into continuing the flow chart, what was my rose and thorn? I don't know what my rose and thorn was of today specifically, but of the past few days, I would like to share my laptop.
Oh, I got mine. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, anyways.
Sorry.
So I got mine. What if I just didn't ask you?
No,
because
I have a good story.
You're like, what's your rose and thorn, Christina?
They're watching to see me. So
it's
like
okay.
your platform.
I brought you to this platform.
Okay.
That's like, did you see about the Brianna chicken fry, Grace O'Malley friendship?
What is going on? Catch me up.
Okay.
Sorry, we're going to get a little off topic.
For 2 seconds. Let's discuss. Okay, here's the thing. I don't even know every detail.
Fuck Zach Bryan. Let's start with that.
Well, yeah, but
Freak.
what's happening
But Brianna's been rubbing me the wrong way for a while.
She's been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But basically, which me and you met Grace O'Malley at
and let
that
me tell
Global
you,
Energy party.
Yes,
She was
and I have some other mutual friends.
fabulous.
With her. She recently came up with somebody else, but she is the nicest
person ever.
And she's so normal and just like, oh my God, she was so
she's
fucking
great.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, okay, so what's happening, I don't have all the details. So take what I say with a grain of salt, do your research.
Got it.
But essentially, they had their show together, Plan Brie.
Yeah.
And, through Barstool. Anyways, but I have trauma there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have their podcast together. But people have like speculated that their relationship was kind of on the rocks, their friendship.
100% was.
Apparently Brie announced, so Plan Brie was like coming to an end, the podcast anyways, I think they decided, but Brianna announced the ending of the show, like the conclusion of the show, without even telling Grace.
Oh, so what Zach Bryan did to her in the breakup?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brianna did to Grace. Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
So
okay.
that happened.
So that's insane.
And then Grace made a statement being like, I did not know that she was going to do that. Like, yes, like we were planning on like ending the show and everything. But also because in Brianna's statement about ending Plan Brie, she said that she was working on bringing it back in some sort of way. And Grace was like, A, I didn't know that she was announcing this today. Like, she did not tell me. And B,
yeah, didn't
bringing
know that.
back Plan Brie in some capacity, that was not discussed with me.
Yeah.
Like, no idea.
So annoying. I hope Grace like does her own thing and thrives. She will.
I know.
But I really hope she has something like really take off because like she doesn't need them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they like stop being friends, whatever, yada yada. And then only like yesterday, I think it was, Brianna spoke out about it on the BFFs podcast. And she was like, she didn't say, I didn't, you know, people were like, she did a tell all. I didn't watch all of it. I just saw like a few little clips and what like other like tabloidy sort of TikTok pages were saying. And she essentially said that a lot of the reason why the friendship ended was because when she was getting like all this like online hate and getting ridiculed for like all of this like stuff, that Grace never publicly defended her. And that's why she was like really upset. And she was like, I was just so upset too, because she was like, which I do I agree with her on this to an extent, because she was saying, she was like, I was getting ridiculed for like all these things online. Grace, like my best friend who I have my show with, never like came to like defend me like or say anything online. She just stayed completely silent. And Brie was like, I just thought that was like, you know, not great, because literally, which this is correct, she was like, the reason that Grace has a platform is because of Brie. Brie got signed to Barstool and like created this thing and then brought Grace into it, got her a job at Barstool, and then that was like the floodgates for Grace's career. Now, I think Grace deserves all of that. I think she's gonna thrive without Brianna, and I don't think that like, I don't think it's like, well, I like got her career. Like, I don't agree. Here's the thing, fact. Brie brought Grace into this, and that's why Grace has these opportunities. However, Grace is an amazing, great person.
Yeah, that's why the show got so big.
Yeah, that's why. Right, that's why the show got so big, because
like people love her. Probably even more than Brie. So, yeah.
No, 100%. So I don't think it's like a, you know, oh, I brought her into this, so I got to take her out of it or something, you know. But I see Grace's side more than I see Brianna's side, but then that also does make sense, because obviously if I was getting like slammed online for something and that was like out, you know, obviously if it was like something like, you know, I don't know, something really bad or whatever, I get it. But like, you know, obviously I would, if I was getting slammed for like just stupid reasons on the internet, I would obviously expect like, you know, if someone's like, can you like speak up or what, I would expect for you to like, you know, as a best friend.
I feel like though, because Brie's behavior this year and has not been great. Obviously a lot of it now I understand comes from like being in a toxic relationship. So like I can empathize to a point.
Totally.
But I feel like during that time, Grace's side might have been like, well, she's been a really shitty friend to me. And I don't feel like this friendship's going to last. So why would I stick my neck out for her and like look stupid? But who knows?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing, is you don't like, it's so much like he said, she said, blah, 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 whatever. I know for me,
I think.
Yeah, right. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I've listened to BFFs and, you know, and listened to Brie. I like some of her content. I've listened to Grace. I've seen her stand up. I think she's great. Like, I think, you know, that's that. I don't know.
Back to your Rose and Thorn.
Oh my fucking God.
I want to know, like.
Okay, listen. My fucking. You want to know my Rose and Thorn? My laptop.
Yeah.
I will skim through this quickly, guys. A few fucking days ago, 2 days ago, all right, I'm sitting in my room. I finished my clients, like whatever, a client. I'm on my little computer. It's like 2:30. I remember this because I had to call at 3. And I'm like, okay, I have like, you know, a little bit of time to spare before I got to hop into my call with my management. So I was like, let me get started on some editing. Now, I have been, despite it being December, I started editing my Japan vlog from fucking July.
Influencer of the year.
Influencer of the fucking year award goes to me.
Yeah. No, she's sick.
Whatever. I'm like, I need to get this fucking vlog up, like, whatever. And I had, like, almost, like, I had so many, like, hours and hours and hours of footage that from this, like, trip that I ended up spending, like, just, oh, my God, hours and days, like, over the course of, like, a week and a half, editing all this footage down to get it to 45 minutes. So that way, and that was just the rough edit. That was just the first round of edits. And then I had more. Anyways. Long story short, I've been working on this fucking vlog, working my ass off. I didn't go out one time this weekend. I stayed the fuck inside to work on it. Lily knows. I even sent Lily a voice memo being like, I need to focus on my personal content right now. I'm locking in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I was scared of you.
Yeah. So I had all that. And so
I was like, okay, you don't want to go for a walk? Okay, no, it's fine.
Nope. I was a gremlin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was editing that, and then on top of that, also Gin and Toxic. I was like, that was when I was like, I'm gonna, get ahead on editing Gin and Toxic. That's what it was when all this happened.
Perf.
So I open the file and I'm editing, and then all of a sudden I get a error message from like Final Cut, and it's like, you're almost out of space. And I was like, oh, okay, weird, because my computer has 2 terabyte of storage. So I was like, that's kind of crazy, but whatever, not a problem. There's definitely some old files I could get rid of. So I delete some stuff, but as I'm in the middle of deleting stuff, all of a sudden, computer crashes, Final Cut crashes. I open Final Cut, everything's gone. Everything. Like fucking all my work, everything, it's just gone. Luckily, the raw files were still there if I had to re-edit it, thank fuck. But yeah, all the work, the fucking weeks, days, hours of work, gone.
Oh yeah, and she's texting me like, Lily, I just know Christina, and obviously
I started screaming.
That's a bad situation for anyone, but like I know Christina, like that would send her over the edge. Like not like
Over
it
the edge.
really would to anyone, but like Christina specifically, like she's been crashing out a lot recently. So like that was when you texted me, I was on set at a shoot and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was so, I couldn't even call. I would have called you and like started.
Yeah. I would have come over. Like I don't know.
No, I started actually, thank God none of my roommates were home. I have 2 roommates now. It's a whole thing, guys. Obviously I'm subletting, but thank God they were not home, because if they were home, they would have heard
Seen
my
a
screams.
horror show.
It would have been horror. So I get on the phone with my management because it's about that time, and they're like, hey Christina, what's up, like blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you, this just happened 2 seconds ago. I'm freaking the fuck out. My manager's like, maybe I should go to Apple. And I was like, so true, queen. So we hang up, I get my laptop, everything, I go to Apple. It's a 2.5 hour wait to see somebody at the Genius Bar. I'm like, oh my god. So
what was the text you sent me? You were like, just waiting for a man with a mustache, or like,
oh, I was like, oh, Williamsburg man with a mustache to fix my problem or something.
Everyone that works at the Apple store in Williamsburg, smash.
Everybody's so hot.
What's up with that?
Yeah. So anyways, it ended up not being Williamsburg man with a porn stash, but a fabulous gay man named Christian.
Oh, he'll do.
He will do.
And he saved the day like never before.
He saved the day.
I don't understand how you even like recover.
No, so okay. That. So here's the thing. So they were like, you could be put on the wait list 2.5 hours. I was like, fuck it, sure. They put me on the wait list. They also were giving me such false hope. The girl that was putting me on the wait list, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna put you on this wait list. Come in, we'll see what we could do. But like, from what you're describing, like it might not. Like they were not giving me hope.
There was a 0% chance in my brain you were getting that back.
There was no hope. I was like, what?
I wouldn't even gone to the Apple store. I would have been like, there's no way they can fix it. So good for you.
Anyways, then I'm waiting at this coffee shop nearby. I was like, I'm just going to try and work on other things, but also I didn't want to touch my computer so much because I was like, what if I fuck something up? Like, I can't really edit. Like, whatever. And then I start talking to my friend Steven, food freak. Fabrizio's friend?
Yes, I know him.
Yes. We know Steven.
I know him.
Because he replies, I posted about it on my Instagram story. He replies, he goes, do you edit off of an external drive? One thing about Steven, he's in the same boat that I am. We are veteran YouTubers.
Yeah, okay? He's an OG.
We're right there next to each other.
Right.
He goes, do you edit off an external drive? I said, no. He said, well, that might be your problem. And I said, you know what? You are so
It is crazy to me that you don't have one. Didn't have one.
I said, you are so right. He tells me which one to get, like, blah, 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 all this stuff. I go, perfect.
King.
Where is the nearest place I could get it? Fucking Adorama in Chelsea.
You went to Chelsea?
I went to Chelsea. I was like, well, I got a fucking hour and a half
Why
now.
am I acting like that's like upstate New York? Like it's so far away.
But it is
you
so
went
far.
to Manhattan? Like
I went to Manhattan.
Can you believe?
I was panicked. The guy next to me in Copper Mug probably like thought I was like he probably thought that I thought somebody was dying.
He watched you crashing out in real time.
Watched me crash out in real time. Just
and a Christina crash out is like...
You don't want to witness it.
It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
It's not
really.
great.
I hate participating in them.
Yeah. So then so I was like, all right, an hour passed. I still had an hour and a half left. And I was like, I got to go get this external. Because I was like... If I get this footage back also, I need the fucking external right now. So that way I could save it on the external so I don't lose it again.
Yeah.
So I went, I got it. $330.
Yup. No problem. Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
No fucking problem.
I was like, fuck my life.
Yeah.
And then I go all the way back to, fucking Brooklyn to Williamsburg, and I sit my ass down at the Apple store and I wait for them to call me. They call me. Me and my boy Christian are going back for I'm telling him the problem. He's doing this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Christian, I'm gonna crash the fuck out, Christian.
Crash out, Christian. Over the course of like 40-ish minutes, whatever, this is going on, blah, blah, blah. Also, in the midst of this, I get a voice memo from the mayor of Greenpoint canceling because he was sick. So I was like, not right now, mayor, which we'll get into it. But I was like, not right now.
No. But it's always then. It's always then. It's crazy.
It really is. I was like, oh my God. And then finally, he does something, Christian, and all of a sudden, everything just pops up in Final Cut, and I was like, and I go, that's it. He goes, that's it. I go, this is it. I was like, this is it.
Oh my God, I wish I could have seen it.
We both started screaming, and he's like, okay. He's like, we're going to save this right now. Put it on the external. Save it right now. So
you're like talking to yourself like, this is fucking it. This is fucking it.
Literally. I looked like in like a stereotypical like teen heartthrob movie based in a high school with like the nerd is like in the back room. We're in. That was me at the Apple store.
Just a little bit of this and a little that, and that's it.
We're in. That was me at the Apple
one
store.
Thing about me is I'll lock into a character.
So that was me. We got
it's
on
really
the external.
No big deal. Sorry, I'm done.
Right. We got on the external. But then we were still having the problem why we deleted all that, because we dragged everything to the external, deleted a bunch of stuff in the computer, but the computer was still saying that 1.8 terabyte was being used out of 2 terabyte on my whole computer.
It's like no.
Yeah, from Final Cut. And we were like, why? We were so confused because they won't let you continue editing if you don't have the storage to edit, because the edits take up storage.
Yeah.
So me and this man are like, what is going on? Blah, blah. Finally, I check. I go through all this stuff. Blah, blah. The project I was editing, this fucking Japan vlog, is taking up 1.7 terabyte of my storage. That is how heavy duty these files are.
Well,
I was like, oh. So, anyways, we fixed everything. I put it on the external. I have my external. This episode is being recorded on the external drive right now. And lesson learned. And shout out to Christian, because afterwards when he saw everything come up in my files, he's like, oh my God. He's like, what do you do? He's like, do you have a podcast or something? Oh, and I was like, I do.
How'd you know?
Yeah,
Christian needs
to take
a guess. Yeah.
So shout out to Christian if you're watching this from the Apple store. Love you so much. Thank you. That was my Thorn.
What was your rose?
Nothing.
And make this quick. Okay.
No.
And how about you make this
my
one
rose
quick?
is that I might be going on a date tonight or something. I don't know.
That could be tea.
I've been having a pretty shitty past few days, guys, of just work.
Again,
but
always crashing out.
Small chance that I might be going on a date with this random dude tonight. It's not. Yeah, a Hinge date. I rejoined Hinge.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid. I'm back on Hinge. I don't know how it's going to last. It's been like a day or two.
Yeah, but you need to date for the sake of the show.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I might be going on a date with this guy tonight, 33, lives in Gramercy.
Love.
But I told him the only way I'll
she
go on
loves like a fucking father, like a 33, 35-year-old father. He's not, none of them are dads, but
I don't give a fuck. I want to,
No,
I
I know. Yeah.
I want a man that looks like a father.
Lily, what was your rose and thorn? Oh my God, thanks.
Yeah. So, well, okay, Lily, what is your rose and thorn?
No, I don't want to say it. Okay, what was my rose and my thorn? That's what you all actually care about. My thorn was, I was at a birthday party last week, which I went to with our dear friend Ryan. And her ex-boyfriend was at this party. So naturally, before the birthday, we were like, let's just get as drunk as possible. And that'll make everything better. That actually makes everything so much worse, because then you get there and you act a damn fool. And the scaries are just unique the next day.
Okay.
So that is what happened. But then this boy was there who, I brought him up in episode 1. We hooked up in September. Surfer Boy. We're going to call him Surfer Boy. Hopefully I can think of a better nickname soon. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best on the spot here. Run into him. Love him. We've been friends for years. Hooked up once, like whatever. run into him and we're like kikiing, like I love him, like we're laughing, whatever. And he's like kind of like trying to act like, he was like, be subtle, I'm gonna try to tell you something without anyone around hearing. And I was like, oh yeah, no, this is tea. And
I was like, I don't know where this is going.
Okay. And if you know what, if anyone involved is listening, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And he was like, okay, just so you know, Lily, like I hooked up with that girl over there like 2 weeks after we did. And I was like, hell. And I turned around, it's this girl that I'm like really good friends with. And I was like, oh, which is like fine because I don't like him. But I was like, that is strange.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And now I've been like, I was talking to him a lot in the night, like, because we're good friends and like we're a little flirty. But like we're also friends, so I was like talking to him a lot. And then I kind of felt weird because I'm such a girl's girl. I was like, oh, I don't want her to think that I like, does she like him? Like, I don't know what the vibes are. So then I'm talking to him later in the night and she literally like pulls me away from him and was like, oh my God, Lily, like I hooked up with him too and like blah, blah, blah. And then like he like sent me a text that he doesn't like want to hook up anymore and like he's a dick and like blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. She just seemed like annoyed with him and was kind of telling me like, maybe don't like hang with him. That, and I was like, oh, but he's so hot. And
but he's so hot.
And I love him. So like, now it's like, I'm in a
Daddy,
pickle.
I love him.
But ew.
Anyways.
But so like now I'm in a pickle. Like he's like my booty call go to, and we hooked up once. I never answer him. Sorry, I love you. But yeah, so now I'm in a pickle with that. So that's my thorn. Like my, one of my hoes got swept away. Whatever, anything for the girlies. Like,
I mean, what do you think you're gonna do? Do you think you're gonna hook up with him again?
I'd give it some time. I would, I'll consult with her.
I'll consult.
Well, certainly that's not off the table, but I don't know. Because like they're not like a thing, and like they're never gonna hook up again. But I wouldn't want her to feel like I do really like this girl, and like I'm good friends with her girl gang.
What the fuck? I think that was the service elevator.
Our neighbor, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anyways,
I'm good friends with like her girl gang, so I was like, you know what, that's more important, obviously. But she wasn't saying like don't hook up with him because like I like him. So whatever, I'll figure that out. My rose is probably gonna be out maybe by the time this episode's out, but this morning I'm a star. I know. It's not a big deal, you guys, okay? But I'm a fucking star. I went on Street Hearts, which Christina and our friend Fabrizio has already gone on like a year ago. So like I'm not really a star. I'm kind of like the flop friend.
Yeah, our wonderful oh my God.
Ew, disgusting.
Just burped. Our wonderful, beautiful friend, Tiff Barra. She's the one that hosts Street Hearts. It's like a dating show in New York City.
Yeah, look up Street Hearts on Instagram. It'll come right up. It's so
Where
fun.
did you guys film it?
Next to Grand Central in front of Bath and Body Works because it was sponsored by Bath and Body Works.
Oh, right.
But so this is my rose because basically the point of the show is you get put on a blind date. It's on the street, whatever. And I get there and I'm like kind of nervous because I'm like, whatever. I was just doing it for like the bit and like to be on this show and like whatever. Anything to promote the pod, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was like, you know what? Also, I would love if this guy's hot. And like they ask you like what your type is and I got real specific. Like I was given like people's Instagrams as examples. I was like, I like this guy and I like this guy. I fucked this guy. I dated this guy. I gave them like all these whatever. So I get there and I see the guy and I'm like, oh my God, I already like this guy. Like I followed him on Instagram like 3 weeks ago and I've been meaning to slide in his DMs. But he followed me back and like we never spoke. But I was like, oh, I already like know that I'm gonna like this guy. And our date, I guess you could call it, it's like an interview with Tiff. Mm-hmm. But it went really well and we like walked together after and we're probably gonna go on a date. But that was my rose because like the universe was just like, you need this.
Yeah.
And then I got home and all my hoes were hitting me up today and I was just like, it's a good day to be me.
Yeah. Okay, so everything, like, everybody wants us to just get into the fucking flow chart. We're getting back to
so cut half that.
Yeah, we filmed we recorded serious. So much. I feel all over the place. It's gonna be horrible to edit.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's really fine. Anyways, listen, guys.
Just edit out like in the beginning.
It's real when I put the Red Bull down.
Oh shit.
Okay. Listen.
Oh shit.
Well, no. Shit. Before we get into the new additions to the flow charts of men.
Where is the chalk?
It's once again, it's above you in the Living Proof bag. Shout out to Living Proof. So yeah, there she is. So I need a pointer. Lily,
Sorry.
enough. Anyways, before we get into the new additions to the flow chart, we need to give an update on this man right here, the mayor of Greenpoint.
I'm the fucking mayor of Greenpoint. I'm the
mayor. Enough.
Someone told me I was the queen of Greenpoint today.
Right. The queen. I told him, I said, I'm coming for your title. He said, what are you up to this week? And I said, chilling and coming for your title. Yep. Anyways, yeah, we got to give an update on the mayor of Greenpoint.
Give it.
So because last episode I told you guys, like, I was kind of just like, I don't know if I'll go on another. Well, no, not that I was like, I don't know if I'll go on another day with him. I was like, yeah, I'll probably go on a second day, but he hasn't asked me yet, whatever. Boy, oh boy, have things changed. Dude, we've like fucked 100 times since.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Right.
Episode 2.
And we recorded episode 2 a fucking minute ago.
Right.
So,
I forgot.
To date, update
Things
on the mayor of
change
Greenpoint.
quickly around here.
I'll try to make this as clear and concise and fast as I can. But after that
You are
episode,
so good at that.
You're making it worse.
Sorry, done.
Shut up. Enough. Shut up. Can I draw on the mics? We can.
Hey, these are really expensive.
I know, whatever.
So
you're like, these are really expensive. They're my mics.
literally yours.
They're literally my mic.
Okay, enough. This is why we never get things done in a timely fashion.
Anyways, okay, enough. Update. I've said update about the Mayor of Greenpoint 10 times without giving the fucking update. Okay. Since that episode that went live, whatever, he hit me up and was like, hey, like, you know, do you want to go on another date? Because after that, it was just a little weird for like 2 weeks because I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Like, I felt so like frustrated and weird because I was like, oh, I really like this guy, but this weird thing happened, you know, whatever. But then he asked me if I want to go on a second date, and I sent him a message back where I was like, yes, I do, but I really only want to be casual. I don't want to date. Like, I don't want to, you know, whatever. I told him that, honestly, in a moment of panic, I said that, especially because I am leaving for Italy also. And he got back to me and he was like, that's fine. I'm cool with casual. If you're cool with casual, he was like, I would love to continue seeing you. He said in the message, like, I, you know, wasn't opposed to this being something more. But essentially, if you want to do the casual thing, I'm right there with you. So I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. Like a few days later, I'm like, okay, weight off my chest, whatever. I was out to dinner with Paige, and I was like, I'm going to tell the mayor to come over, like, or I'm going to see, like, if the mayor's, like, available tonight.
The mayor gets me
the mayor. I was like, let me see if the mayor is available tonight. So I ended up texting him on a whim at, like, 9 p.m. Like, essentially, I made a joke about him helping me with, like, my moving boxes and everything. And long story short, one thing led to another, and I ended up going to his apartment at, like, 10 p.m. And it was very wholesome at first.
Wholesome's a crazy way to put it.
At first, because I go to his apartment, I'm in like my comfy clothes. Like, we spend like 4 hours just kind of like talking, like shooting the shit. By this point, it is like 2 a.m. And I'm like, okay, well, he hasn't made a move on me. It's 2 a.m. I have clients in the morning. Like, I'm going to go. But also, we hadn't even kissed. So I pull up the Uber app and I'm like, okay,
brutal.
So like, you know, me, I'm very direct, as you guys have learned. I pulled up the Uber app and I was like, okay, I could call this Uber, or we can make out for a little first. You choose. You know, your choice.
Yeah.
This man
We're the
did
same.
not hesitate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cock out. No.
But not even that
No.
yet. Not even that yet. Because when I tell you, I
Yeah, it
said
was a
that,
joke.
this man harped on me. We start making out. When I tell you, it went from just me making that comment, us making out, literally within the span of like fucking 2 minutes. I was Winnie the Poohing it.
I knew that was coming.
Within 2 minutes, I was a Winnie the Poohing it on his couch. Shirt on, pants off, over the edge of the couch. He's eating me out.
Right. So this is yeah.
And this is my TMI too, but I came so fast. I was like,
okay.
It was just so good. And I was
And
like, oh my God, scene on that that. And then he like, there's so much. So he does that. And then, we finish with that. His head pops up from my fucking legs. And he was like, we should go to the bedroom. I go, I agree. So we go into his bedroom. And we proceed to...
And we cook.
Yeah, and we cook. Right? We go to his bedroom and we cook is crazy. But anyways, we go to the bedroom and we have sex.
And we have intercourse.
And we have intercourse. And it was
17 times.
Fantastic. Well, no, because this is the first time. First time
Right.
around. So we have sex. It's really great. And then we kind of just cuddle for a little bit, and then it was like 4:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Go.
And he said I could stay the night. I was like, I'm gonna leave. So
I hate sleeping over.
Yeah. So I
Hate,
at least on the
loathe.
first time, I'm like, can't do it.
Loathe.
So I leave. I get home at 5 a.m.
Me.
5 a.m. And now here's the thing. That night kind of changed a lot for me because after that night, I was like, not really even just dickmatized.
No, it's more than that.
It
no,
is.
you're dickmatized.
Well, no, it was like for some reason I felt like our previous 2 dates were really great. But then when I went to his apartment, I felt like it was just a way more like chill atmosphere, and I got to open up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And, then we also, all that like build up, like that sexual chemistry kind of was released. And I just felt a lot more comfortable with him after that, and was like, wow, you know what? I kind of do actually really like this guy. And then that's when I started to spiral, because I was like, oh, you know what? I do like this guy. Except for the fact that I literally texted him 2 weeks ago in a manic moment telling him that I wanted absolutely nothing to do with dating him.
Right. I forgot about that.
Hey, so what do we do about that?
We love putting ourselves in a pickle.
Yeah. Love putting myself in a pickle.
Love.
So then I spend the next 2 weeks being like, we were texting, sending voice memos, like little things here and there. Nothing crazy. I'm not a big fan of texting and all that stuff in between dates, but just like little things here and there. And then we eventually go on another date. And we go on this date, and the date is great. We go for drinks, and at drinks, I decide I'm going to tell him like, hey, listen, I know I sent you that text like a few weeks ago. To be honest, I didn't, expect to like you as much as I do. And through just like really, seeing you and talking to you, I realized, that maybe this is something that I would like, and I just like don't want dating to be off the table. Like, that would kind of just explain it that way. And he received it really well. He was a little caught off guard at first, naturally, because I told him, hey, I want nothing to do with dating you. Actually, I want everything to do with dating you.
Dickmatized.
Yeah, dickmatized. No, but so naturally he was caught off guard. But he received it really well, and he said, he was like, yeah, like I want to continue.
Damn, was
like,
it that good? You're like, do you want
okay.
kids or like what?
Yeah. So when's the wedding?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Oh my God. Cut that.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Kidding.
Anyways, but yeah, no. So he received it really well, and then it opened up kind of just a conversation where we both were like, I'm going to continue dating around, seeing other people. He continues dating around, seeing other people, but we're going to continue to go on dates and see each other. And if it gets to that level, then amazing. And if it doesn't, then like, whatever. Mm-hmm. But, we don't know each other that well enough to determine if we can actually be like in a relationship. So that's why we're like, okay, this seems feasible. Yeah, obviously. This seems like it could be a good thing, but let's see where this goes. So that was kind of where we concluded that. And then, so we go on, we continue the date, we have drinks, whatever, we go back to his apartment, and then this is where the fucking marathon of sex just happens. Like,
right.
We had sex like 3 times that night. It just, oh my God, we would just talk and then fuck and then talk and then fuck and then talk and then fuck.
Look, I do love a man that can do it 2 or 3 times in a night.
Man with stamina.
I need a man with stamina.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. And then we woke up.
Let me tell you, I've got stamina.
Yeah. Woke up.
I've got it. Okay.
Yeah. Woke up, had sex 2 more times. He woke me up by eating me out.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right. It was so good.
Ow. Didn't hurt.
Ow. Ow.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's the best.
It's just so good.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Now I'm
oh my
upset.
God.
Now I'm
And
upset.
yeah, we just talked all night, cuddled, fucked. It was amazing. Our
So annoying.
sexual chemistry is incredible. Like, it's just like great. And then just through like doing like all those little things, I feel like we were just opening up to each other like a little bit more. And I felt like I was able to kind of let loose a little bit more. He was too.
Yeah.
Fucking like 4 a.m, we're in like his kitchen, and he's like, you want to see what my Alexa could do? And he tells the Alexa, like, Alexa, I am Batman, and all the lights in his apartment go red, and he puts his hands on each corner of the window and stares out the window because the music's playing, like there's like rain.
Unfortunately, that would work on me.
Oh, it worked. It worked on me. All right.
I would be like, oh, do you want to date now?
Right. I'd be like, perfect. This is my man. So
Perfect.
that was that. But yeah, anyways, so now here's the thing. Since then, so that was the last time I saw him.
It's a crazy party trick.
I know.
Like, that's marinating with me right now.
No, I know. Right.
Men love
So
a party
funny.
trick.
They love a little party trick.
Yeah.
So anyways, but here's the thing. To date, that was the last time I saw him, which is about 2.5 weeks ago, going on 3, because after that it was Thanksgiving and I was gone and he was, hosting whatever. And then I got back to the city and we just haven't seen each other since because he hasn't, made a plan to see me, and I'm not going to make a plan with you. Like, if you're not making a plan with me. So that was that. And then
never making the plan.
No, I'm never making the plan. At least in the beginning.
The first 6 dates, babe.
Right.
Figure it out. You're on your own.
I'm not making the plan. You make the plan. Right. And you could be like, I can't wait to see you next, blah, blah, all these things. Don't give a fuck.
Don't
make
care.
a plan.
When's the plan? Where's the rest?
Yeah. So he's been like, we've been texting like here and there and like whatever. But yeah,
pen
he's
paling.
still, pen paling, which I hate.
Loathe.
Hate. So I've been trying to figure out how I could just like not pen pal and also see this guy because I like him and I would like to see him again, but he hasn't made a plan. So a lot of this, stop looking at it. A lot of it is bullshit.
Me out.
A lot of it is bullshit.
You're
This needs to be
bullshit.
cut out. You're bullshit. She's looking at the timestamp of how long we've been recording
because
for.
we haven't even started the flow chart.
Anyways, well, this story's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Long story short, we still haven't gone out on another date, but we were supposed to maybe see each other this week, and then he ended up, while I was at the fucking Apple store, as I
Crashing
mentioned,
out, IRL.
as I was at the Apple store crashing out, sends me a voice memo saying that like he's sick and like, he's sorry because he was looking forward to seeing me, but next week should be good, blah, 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 whatever. So I end up sending him like 2 days later, send him a voice memo back after my crash out had concluded. And I was like, hey, obviously, because he sends that, and at the end of the voice memo, he goes, but how are you doing? And then 10 minutes later follows it up with a text that says, oh shit, I just saw your Instagram story. And he's like, hope you get that fixed. So I ended up sending him a voice memo back that was like, hey, obviously you saw that happen. That's that, whatever. And then I said, like, if you want to talk, give me a call. Or just, reach out when you're feeling better. I hope you feel better. So that way it's like,
Get well soon,
if you
diva.
want to talk to me,
Yeah.
you could call me.
Yeah.
Or just,
Make a plan.
Make a plan to see me.
God forbid.
And that's that.
God
So
forbid.
yeah, and he texted me back after that too and was like, because he's sick, he's like, I can't call you right now. Voice memo back, but like, I'm really excited to see you next. He seemed very genuine about it. He was like, I'm excited to see you next. Whatever. So I was like, all right, sounds good. I was like, rest up, focus on your health, Mayor. And that's that. So that's kind of where that's left off now. I don't know if I'll actually.
You will. I think you will.
I feel like I'll
he
probably
would
see
just
him.
start slow ghosting you if not. You know what I mean? It's like he wouldn't
guess
keep
so.
saying that and like keep updating you.
Yeah.
if
I mean,
not.
I hope that I see him again because like I said, I actually do have an interest in this guy. The only thing that he was concerned about when the relationship, quote unquote, conversation got brought up is the fact that I am leaving for Italy, which totally valid. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, that does freak me out a little bit, the fact that you'll be gone for 4 months. And we were talking about it and we were like, yeah, well, here's the thing, if we end up crossing, if it ends up getting to that point, we will cross that bridge when we get there and we'll figure
that
something
seems like
out.
a later
maybe
problem.
Yeah, maybe, at the time, if it is something more serious, like come visit me, and he was obviously
Right.
like, yeah, like, you know, wouldn't be opposed.
There's always like
But
logistics
whatever.
with someone that
Yeah.
like goes into it, and it's always like, well, let's just figure out if we even like each other
Yeah.
that much.
No,
first.
exactly.
Like sometimes like I do get ahead of myself, and like I'll tell a story today about this one guy that doesn't live here, and I'm always like, well, what's the point of talking about? I'm like, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Like let's
No,
just see if I
exactly.
actually like you enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah. So right now we're just kind of like, the one thing I'm not fucking with right now, which I've told you, is the fact that we're going
The
fucking
communication.
Well,
much.
no, not necessarily that, but just the fact that we're going like 2.5, 3 weeks in
Oh,
between dates.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
that is not,
It's a bit
I'm not the
much.
biggest fan. Here's the thing, I don't need to see you fucking multiple times a week, but
No.
like a nice date once a week while I'm trying to get to know you
Yeah.
is appreciated.
At least once every 2 weeks.
But even then it's like, oh my God, it's so like once every 2 weeks is like, we've done that now. Like
That's
we
like
fucking,
very
we
casual.
yeah, that's very which I'm like, yeah, like I want to, you know, we both agreed like let's go slow, let's be casual about it, whatever. But also like once every 2 weeks, I feel like for me at least that's not enough. Every week and a half maybe. Once a week.
Yeah, week and a
once
half.
every week and a half.
I think is my vibe.
When you start getting into the 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks territory, it's like, how am I supposed to get to know you and get to that point with you if
and
I
like
can't
my dumb
connect
ass,
with
I'm like,
you?
I forgot everything you said on the last day.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's too much time in between. Also considering that like
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
point.
believe that good connections are formed through text messages. You gotta be with somebody and
no.
experience
Yeah.
them in person. So yeah, that would be my critique. Is I would love to get out of this because he listens to the podcast. He'll probably hear this, but I would love to get out of that once every 2 to 3 week territory.
No, that's cooked.
Every week to week and a half though would be ideal. Just a nice little date night, trying to learn, get to know each other. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Then again, I don't want to be in charge of that. If you know, if somebody wants to see me and wants to try and pursue that with me, then they could do that.
Yeah.
So
Give me the
that's
chalk.
the update. On to Lily's new character.
Give me the goddamn
Enough
chalk.
with the old, in with the new. Who do we have here? Who's it gonna be? Yeah, we called him Prince Harry. Da, 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 da.
All right, new character unlocked again.
Dun, 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 dun.
Prince Harry the Third.
Right.
Yes.
Third is crazy.
It's just a British man with a very stereotypical name, but I had to make it. So like me and my friends call him King Blank, like his first name.
Right.
It's a very common name for a king. Hey, you can probably figure it out. It's not Charles.
When you think of-
not Harry.
I know. When you say king and you think about putting a man's name after it, it's like one of the first ones that comes
It's the
to
one.
mind.
Yes, that one. The one you're thinking of. Yes, it's
Yes.
that. But we're not going to use his first name because, again, I don't want a lawsuit.
Right.
Yeah. I love when British people say Harry, but there's no H. It's Harry.
All right.
Harry. Okay, so
Enough.
basically,
We've been recording for so long, I'm losing steam.
oh my God, I'm not. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so we
can't-
have
I
Rat
can't go on a date with
Boy,
this man.
and then no,
I gotta just
no.
tell him not happen.
Tell him I'll talk. So I'll take over. No problem.
I start recording like, welcome to Gin and Toxic.
Right.
While Lily starts to tell you the story, I'm gonna text this man from Hinge and tell him I can't go on the date.
And that's fine. I'll take the show over. I'm just fine without you. So basically, yeah, we left off at Rat Boy. So that was in March. And then like I went on like 1 or 2 more dates, like whatever. I went to LA for a few weeks, whatever, came back and was just like not in dating mode. May and June were brutal. Had to go to court with my ex, you know, the usual. So then June rolls around and Christina and Paige were going to Japan for July. A lot of my friends were traveling in July and I was kind of just like, what the fuck? Like I need a trip. Like I had like the hardest few months, you know, you heard the whole work-based story. I had the worst few months. Dating was shit. I wasn't feeling my best. Like everything was just a mess. So I was like, okay, I'm going to book a spontaneous trip. I really wanted to go to Copenhagen. The flight was expensive. So I was like, okay, I'll go to London and then I'll go to Copenhagen. Why? No reason. I don't know, mental illness, like whatever. Perf. So I like literally don't know anyone, no plans, just solo trip to London and Copenhagen. Why not? So I'm like, I booked the trip. It's all ready. And I'm like, you know, I met a man at this point. It was like 2.5 years ago. I'm like, I met a man 2.5 years ago once. briefly. We exchanged Instagrams, and that was it. Instagrams, and
Instagrams.
Instagrams, and that was it. And I was like, but he was from London, so I'll DM him and tell him I'm coming.
Naturally,
I will DM this man. Whatever. Okay, I met him when I was a server in Soho, and I like was his waitress, and him and his friends. They have we'll get to this, but they like have videos of me like serving them. It was crazy. Okay, whatever. So he won me over because when I was serving his table, I served them like these balls of burrata, and he was putting them in his mouth and swallowing them whole. And I was like, oh, this is my man.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yes, that's how we fell in love. That is our love story.
Perfect.
There's a video of it. Which I didn't know until I was there. I was like, oh, that's me as a waitress. Okay, and there's my ex-boyfriend in the background. Perfect. No, actually. So whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to London. I don't know anyone. Like, I'd love to get a drink with this guy because why not? I'm going to be there for 3 days alone. So I hit him up. And he's like, oh my God, yeah, we'll grab a drink, whatever. That quickly turned into us talking every single day for like a month and a half or something. And like every single day, texting all the time. Like, we're so excited, blah, blah, blah. We're getting giddy. And then like the grabbing a drink together turned into him planning a whole weekend for us. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have a little like rom-com weekend in London. Like, this is going to be so cute, like whatever. And that's exactly what it was. But on the flight to London.
Oh.
Not this.
Yeah.
So never really brought this up on the podcast before because it has no relevance. And I thought this problem was solved, but it's not.
Thought it was behind us.
Because why would it be? Why would it be? So I have a heart condition, and it started when I was in high school with fainting, and then it turned into seizures, and then it got all serious and scary. Like, whoop-de-doo, your heart's stopping. Oh no. No, but like,
Jesus.
I saw the light a few times. It's fine.
No, she's actually serious though.
I died a few times, but I'm so fucking back. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I might have died a few times, but
yeah, I got a bum ticker. Like, it's fine.
that should be your fucking Hinge 2 truths and a lie.
I have died multiple times.
Yeah, I've died multiple times.
Well, it's just like, it's a whole thing. Because when I pass out, my heart stops, and it's like, can it not? Like, that's a little inconvenient for me.
Dramatic of that.
It's a little dramatic, but it had been years since I had an episode, so I was like, oh my God, I'm so cured and fine, like whatever. No, I had 2 episodes this year, one like a month before this trip, but I was like, that was a fluke, it'll never happen again. That's what I told myself. And then I'm on my flight to London, like bronze to the god, hair blown, like ready to land and see this man. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm on the plane, whatever, and I have a seizure on the plane. That wasn't fun. Naturally, of course, I have a seizure on the plane. Then I was so claustrophobic. That was horrible. Whatever. I got sick after the seizure, so I just like sat in the airport for like 3 hours by myself. And he was like, "Oh, have you landed?" I was like, "Yeah." We're gonna have such a fun weekend, but
however,
I did completely just seize on the plane in front of hundreds of people, and it's fine. Like, just so you know, if this happens again over the weekend, like I will need to be hospitalized.
Right.
I probably need to be right now, but I'm just kind of like gonna rock it out and just see what happens. And he was like, "Oh, perfect." So whatever. We proceed to have our date. I landed on like Friday morning. We had a date Friday night. It was unbelievable first date. Like, he booked a ton of different things around London for us, and like we were bopping all around. We went in one of those like bike carriage ride things.
Oh my God, yeah,
and we
like
were
the
hammered.
ones you see in fucking Times Square that charge you $80 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he balled out for real. Oh my God, he really did. Like, I think about how much
those
he
things
spent.
are so expensive.
Oh yeah, it came to over $100 our total for it.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and he took me to like such a nice restaurant and all these like drinking places, and like he probably spent like $1,000 that night. Like, fuck it, whatever. Good. Period.
Did he have an Amex? No, I'm kidding.
Right. Oh, he has money for sure.
Yeah, no, not an Amex. He's in fucking England. Of course he doesn't have an Amex.
Yeah, no, that would.
What's that?
Does he have an American Express card?
He lives in
He's
London.
like, no, I don't.
No, not really.
No, not really. No, but I remember I got to his apartment and I was like, "Ooh, this is nice." And he was like, "Yeah, I own it." And I was like, "Got it. Okay."
What does he do again? Do you know?
I never know what they do. It's something in finance.
Good
as soon
enough
as they say
answer.
finance, I go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like,
You make
it doesn't
money
matter.
and
Yeah.
you do something with numbers and
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I am assuming too, like, I think he comes from a bit of family money. I could be wrong, but all I know is they have a second house in Portugal.
Anybody that has a second house.
I'm just easily because I don't come.
What do you mean?
Both of us come from like lower middle class families. So
what do you mean you have a second house?
If you tell me you have a second house, I don't care if it's a shack in the middle of the woods.
And
I'm
a vacation home.
Yeah, like I'm
okay.
impressed. Yeah, and to me, like that's money, like whatever. So we have an amazing day. Saturday rolls around. He goes golfing for the day. I go shopping naturally. And then we get back together and he's like, all I asked for this weekend was a big night out with the British boys. I was like, I want a drinking night, a pub night. Like I've been to London a million times.
I want to be one of the boys.
I wanted a boys night out. There. Okay. Call me and pick me. I don't give a fuck. I wanted a boys night out with a bunch of hot British men. It sounded perfect. And I wanted to get hammered and just be happy. Okay.
Right.
That's where I thrive, in a pub in London, obviously with a bunch of grown British men.
Perf.
So I was promised my night out, and it turned into my brother's going to have some people over to his house. I was like, that's really
your brother?
Not what I was envisioning, like a family reunion. That's not what I had in mind. And we did go to his brother's house until 5 a.m. We did, and with his closest friends and family. And I said, "Oh, and nice to meet you all."
The random American in the room.
I go, "Who'd you tell them I was? Like, what am I to you? Like, what the fuck?"
This is Lily. This? She flew here from America.
Like, met her once 2.5 years ago.
She was my server.
Yeah, like it's giving slut. Like, I felt like I don't know. I was just like, who's this? Like, I felt like a random girl that was just like, I don't know, whatever. But they all know who I was, and one of the guys that was there, I met when they were in New York 2.5 years ago. So it was kind of funny. And he had the videos of me like as a server and whatever. We have a great night, like whatever. A great night, actually. Exceptional night. The next morning we wake up and I'm like, oh my God, like he had like another, like a Sunday roast plan for us. I thought we were going to like spend the day together and go to this Sunday roast, like whatever. I wake up and mind you, this man's like been in love with me for the past 48 hours, like giving like, not that it was going to be anything, but like he was very like excited to have me around and like very giddy and all like lovey and touchy and like whatever. Like we're just having like a romantic little weekend. Sunday morning we wake up. What happened?
Cold.
Like I was like, what? Like I got up to go pee and I came back like right after waking up. The bed's made. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're not hooking up. Okay. Got it. I'm like, oh, you are getting
no morning sex?
No morning sex. Okay. That's when you know it's bad.
Perf.
I did something and I don't know what, but whatever. So
well, why is it gotta be you? Why did you do something?
No, I'm perfect. It wasn't me. Never mind.
It wasn't you.
No, I know it wasn't. Because
never say that again.
We had such a great night.
Never. I never want to hear those words. I did something. No, you didn't.
No, I know I didn't. I know I didn't. Period. But then he's like, "You want me to make you breakfast or coffee?" And I was just like, "I can tell you want me out of here. Like, I'll just take a coffee and then I'll go. Whatever." I didn't say that, but that's how
basically what. Yeah.
But it was just weird. Like to be fair, we were up till like 6 a.m. and I've never seen a man drink so much gin in one sitting. Like gin on ice. Like it was diabolical. And he still performed that night.
He is me. Yeah. And he still performed that night is crazy.
Performed. I'll give you that.
I've been having some run-ins with Whiskey Dick lately.
Whiskey Dick.
Yeah. Novocaine cock.
And who is that?
What?
Oh, I thought you were referring to a specific man. No. I thought you had a nickname for a man called Whiskey Dick.
Oh no!
That would be brutal. That would be brutal.
Oh my God! I'm gonna name a man Whiskey Dick.
Prince Harry, Whiskey Dick. He doesn't know him. Like, could never.
I always empathize though because I feel like empathize with a man. We never.
No, I do feel for them when they can't get
bad.
It up.
Yeah, I do feel bad because I'm like, oh my God, I know. I'm like, listen, King. I know you want to fuck me.
Listen, King. We've all been there.
Like, I'm like, it's fine. We could just chill and cuddle.
Trust me, I know it's not me.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I always say.
I know it's not me.
It could never be me.
But no, I feel bad because then they're like, fuck.
No, I've definitely had a run-in or 20 this year.
A run-in or 20.
Or 20. But no, Prince Harry could never, like, I've never seen a man be that fucked up and perform to that degree. Like, I really will.
Round of applause.
I really will give you that. Like, also this man, just a fun fact that I thought was crazy. He's been, like, they've tried casting him for Love Island like 2 or 3 times. I was like, oh, okay. Like, you're the Bachelor.
Why hasn't he gone on?
Public humiliation. Probably, like, he's like
why
normal.
you said public humiliation and my immediate mind went to King. I know it's not a kink. It's,
No.
he's actually just
No.
doesn't want to be publicly humiliated.
No, his friends too. Oh my God. I loved his friends and his family and stuff. They were just, British people are just so funny and they're witty and they're good. But like, they're the type of friend group, like if he went on Love Island, that group chat, he would have to leave all his group chats. Like he would be donezo. They were
Oh my God.
Whatever. They're a wild group for sure. But yeah, so Sunday rolls around and the man's gone cold. And I'm like, perfect, like whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home to my Airbnb. Like I leave tomorrow morning. Like maybe I could see you tonight. If not, like whatever. Like so had so much fun. Thank you for everything. Like we kissed goodbye. Yeah, whatever. Then the next morning, didn't hear from him. I was like, okay, so we're not getting together tonight. Like whatever, that's fine. And then I text him Monday morning, like thanks for everything. Like I'm heading to Copenhagen now. Like whatever. Like let's stay in touch. He's like, oh my God, yeah. Like whatever. Never heard from him again.
Nope.
But not a peep. But what threw me off, okay, and this is my beef with him, okay, is that I had a seizure on my way to London. And that whole weekend, like I did my very best, but I wasn't feeling very well. And I expressed to him like multiple times, I have so much anxiety I was traveling alone too. I was like, I have so much anxiety about my flight back. I don't feel well. Like, should I even go to Copenhagen? Like my mom was telling me to like come home. Like it was a whole thing. And he knew like how worried I was and like whatever. He knew I just had a seizure on a plane and he never once was like...
Never followed up, never checked
Never
in.
asked me if I was okay, if I got home safely. Actually never spoke to me ever again. Until very recently, but like it was like a random thing. He was in New York for like a day, so I replied to his story. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought that was so rude. Like...
at the very least, like, I'm
you
here
get back
alone.
Yes, yeah.
You know.
And also like... we knew it was a zero pressure weekend. Like it wasn't like we were like dating. Like we were just having like a fun little fling of a weekend. Like, and I also felt like sometimes I think when you meet people's friends and family, it can feel like serious. But like I think I met his friends and family because it was like friend vibes. Yeah. Like it's like, yeah, we're hooking up obviously, but like this is friend vibes. Like I'd love to like see you whenever I'm in London and see you when you're in New York and like whatever. And then I never heard from him again. So
maybe for the better.
No,
Clearly, we didn't want to check in on you when you had a fucking seizure.
Yes, but I will say the whole thing was worth it because I, like I said, had just like had a really shitty year up until July is when things turned around for me. That's when like I started fucking living life and like being happy. And he got me out of like a funk with dating and men. I got excited again. I was reminded like my type. I love a European man for the love of God. But I also just love like a super witty.
I would love to see you with a European man. That's what we needed. That's what we needed this whole time is you need to date a European.
Yeah, I know.
And I need to date someone who could be a dad.
Right. Yes. No, you've cracked the code. Like I was so happy with my Irish ex, fumbled it. Whatever. Like I'll get another one.
Fumble it. You didn't fumble it. It was a mutual fumble.
It was a mutual fumble. It was such a mutual fumble.
It was a mutual
It's not even funny. I was so cripplingly insecure and psychotic in that relationship.
Yeah, that's so true. But he also had his slew of issues.
Of course. But he's like the
Did
best
we mention
person.
this? I ran into him at the grocery store.
Yes.
I don't think we talked about that on here yet.
Yeah. This
like,
is the guy
it was
I dated
actually like a
in
week
season
ago.
1.
So
this was before Work Bay. I dated him
she
for
was
3
in the
years.
middle of dating him when we started this show.
Yeah. We dated for like 3 plus years, lived together the whole 9. This was years ago. Love him to death. We're still friends to this day, but like just didn't work out romantically. Call me. Are you listening?
Oh my God, wait, I was dying when... Was it Avery was listening to the show the other day and he goes, who's NYU Big Dick?
It's like Avery.
I know, but then I locked into the group chat. I go, who isn't NYU Big Dick?
No, and then she sent like 50 texts about her history with him and Fabrizio goes, are you okay?
And then he goes, no, like Christina.
Like,
are you okay?
It's like, no, I'll never be over my Irish ex and you'll never be over him. Like,
I don't know about never. Here's the thing. Like boy band and NYU Big Dick were both amazing boyfriends in different ways, but I felt like NYU Big Dick is like the blueprint.
Well, yeah, you were older, first of all.
Yeah, I was older.
Yeah, and the way he treated you was exceptional.
Yeah.
Until the end.
He treated me so good. Until the end.
Well,
Well, he got a little manic at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything he didn't cheat on me.
No.
That's the fucking bare minimum.
No,
but,
it was just like an out of the blue breakup.
Yeah.
That's
Boy band also treated me very good until the end. In the bad way. But until the end. But also the thing with him was that my everything had to revolve around him because of his career. And it was like with NYU Big Dick, it was like everything revolved around me. No, not just me. But it was just like a good balance.
No, it was like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Some normalcy. Anyways. I forget how we started talking about this. Oh yeah, just about wanting our exes to come back.
Right. I just need an Irish or British.
And wait, the ironic part too is that we went on vacation with the two that we like as a group. Couples vacation.
That was so fun.
It was fun.
We
went to the Virgin Islands. It was so good.
That's my story about Prince Harry III. Would love to see you again, but like whatever, I guess.
When he was in New York, you guys had that 2-second conversation.
Yes, to be fair, he was here for less than 12 hours because I called him out. I was like, were you really in New York and you didn't tell me? Like, was I that fucking bad that one, you never spoke to me again, and two, you came to another country where you know nobody and you still didn't text me? I was like losing my goddamn mind when I saw that he was in New York. I was like voice memoing my friends.
Yeah, you were freaking out.
I was like, Lily, what did I do? Like, literally, what did I do?
Up. Come on, stand on business. Enough.
But yeah.
Because that's the problem. You keep saying, what did I do? Why did you have to do something?
No, I know I didn't because we had a great time. But it was like,
seems like you guys just had a good time. You got some pussy, and it was like, ooh, like my rendezvous with an American, and then that was the extent of it.
Right, but like never a story reply, never even a story like zero interaction.
Yeah.
Like like sometimes I don't know. Like I thought maybe he was like seeing someone. I don't know.
Who the fuck knows?
Nor do I
Regardless.
care.
It's not you, and
but it was still a good thing. Like it got me excited to date again, and like reminded me that like I need a British man.
Yeah, it reminded me that I need a British man.
Yeah, like
I'm living with 2 Australians
Uncut
right
gems.
now, and it's making uncut gems.
You'll let it marinate. You'll get it later.
No, I understand why you said that, but why you're saying I need a British man, and then you said uncut gems?
Think about it. You guys.
Yeah.
So I love an
Emphasis
uncut gem.
on uncut. Lord.
No, I really do.
Uncut.
Okay, I'm done.
Gems.
Gems.
We've been having so many
Interruptions,
technical errors, and my camera keeps overheating.
I'm
it's the whole
freaking
thing.
out.
We're moving on.
Next.
Da,
Now.
da, 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 da.
So, there's a good amount of people that will be tuning in for this part of the show that we know, and I would just like to welcome you to Gin and Toxic. We will be talking about your dear friend, Mr. Timbs. Oh,
Mr. Tim.
Mr. Timberlands. No, yeah, he's a legend for sure. He lasted about 5 minutes.
Is an interesting way to put it, isn't it? Mr. Timbs, you're my next victim.
Yeah, being a legend on the show isn't a good. I didn't mean that in a good way.
Yeah, no, being a legend
like
on the show is a horrible. Yeah, he's a legend.
Legend.
The amount of clients I had this week that were like,
"Is Lily okay?
I heard your podcast. What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, nothing normal. Whatever.
Today, literally, my client today was like, "Oh my god, I listened to the first episode of Gin and Toxic.
Can you
Lily's
believe?
ex is crazy."
Can
and
you
I was
believe
like,
it? I've been telling people this.
Anyways, Mayor of Greenpoint did tell me that he listened to the episode and he cracked up when I was like, boop, boop, you're my next victim. So, Mr. Timbs, you're my next victim. Mr. fucking Timbs.
The chalk break.
Mr. Timbs, you're
I thought you were losing steam.
I'm back.
No,
because
so
this
fucking back.
man, he's on my
right. This is him right now listening to this. shit. Well, did you learn a lesson?
You saw it coming. Yeah, did you learn your lesson, Pookie?
Me, when I saw him last week, I go, did you learn? Did we learn?
This is what I get for dating a man younger. Anyways, Mr. Timbs, where do we begin?
Take it from the fucking top, Christina.
From the top. Okay.
But like, do it within 10 minutes.
This episode's already so long. I will try my best. Okay, Mr. Timbs. Where do we begin?
He's
Desert
hot.
5.
Oh.
This is last episode when we were like, what do you do when your best friend wants to climb your man like a tree? It was about Mr. Timbs.
Whatever.
gassing him up too much.
No, he sucks. Sorry.
Right. Anyways, enough. So I said, gassing up his looks too much. Don't give him that
I'm objectifying him.
Good. Men deserve to be objectified.
He's an object.
Right.
No, sorry. That was a bit harsh. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's just an object. It.
Damn, like, is he that
Let's
bad?
talk about
Like,
it. Mr. Timbs. Timbs.
God forbid a man doesn't want us. We're like, he's an object. He doesn't deserve
I'm
anything.
objectifying him. Yeah. That's my next. I like go on a date with a guy. I'm like, if this goes well, great.
If not,
if it doesn't,
I'm objectifying you.
I'm objectifying you on my podcast.
Yes, that's the whole fucking show, Christina.
That's the whole point. Mr. Timbs. Okay, enough. Now, this takes place a few weeks ago. It all starts at Desert 5, which is a bar in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Me and Lily were out at a influencer event. And then we met up with some friends there, and they were like, hey, we're going to this bar. It's like our friend's birthday. You should come with. And we're like, sick.
We were invited to the birthday party.
What?
We were invited to this birthday party.
Yeah, we were invited to the birthday party. Whatever. But they were like, are you guys coming? And we were like, well, I guess we are now.
Hell
so,
yeah, brother.
Yeah. What?
Just stop. Just go. Please stop drawing attention to my mistakes.
What did you just do?
I said, hell yeah, brother.
Oh, I thought you said giddy up, brother.
No, just shut up.
Okay. We go to Desert 5, okay? And I'm there, me and Lily, we're there, we're having a good time, we're dancing. And I see this man from across the room in the area where the party is, and I was like, ooh, tall and handsome, love it. So, introduced myself like for 2 seconds. Hi, I'm Christina. Hi, I'm Mr. Timbs. Whatever. Me and Lily are at the bar. He's like near the bar. Still says nothing. Long story short, I'm making eyes with this man the whole night. He's making them with me. Says nothing to me. And then in natural man fashion, I leave. And what does he do? Go on my Instagram, follow me, like a bunch of my stuff, like a bunch of my stories. Okay, perfect. So he wants me. He wants me. So then, like a few days later, maybe, whatever, I post I'm going to the Quinn 92 concert. He slides in my DMs and he's like, oh my God, wait, I love Quinn 92. And I was like, no way. And we really connected over that, which is kind of random because not a lot of people like Quinn 92 on the level that I do.
I love a music connection.
Yeah, I love a music connection.
I do.
So, and when people tell me that they like his music and they tell me like specific songs, I get really excited because I'm like, oh my God. Okay, like you know the songs.
Yeah.
So we had a connection there. And then once again, in natural, bold Christina fashion, I sent a message to him along the lines of, yeah, maybe we should get drinks instead of staring at each other from across Desert 5.
Yeah, we've never played it cool in our life.
Never.
Continue.
I don't do chill.
Not at all. I tell guys that immediately too. I'm like, just so you know, like, I'm going to tell you everything I'm thinking.
Exactly.
So.
Right. All the intrusive thoughts are coming out. So I say that, and he was basically like, you beat me to the punch. He sets up a date. Fast forward, we go on a date. Which, by the way, I just want to mention this. We go on a date to Fresh Kills, which is a bar in Williamsburg. And I just want to let everybody know that every single one of my first dates, all of these men, everybody above me has taken me to Fresh Kills.
It's such a good spot
on the first
date.
It is such a good first date spot, but it started with Pie Guy. And I was like, okay, perfect place. Great, whatever. Then the Mayor of Greenpoint was like Fresh Kills. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. 2 in a row. Whatever. Yeah. Mr. Timbs.
There's a lot of bars. We're in New York City after all.
Fucking hell. But what are you supposed to say to that?
Just
no, I don't want
date there. Yeah.
I just went on my last 2 dates there. Yeah. I don't want to go. Like, you're not going to say that.
No, yeah.
Anyways, so shout out Fresh Kills. So we go on our date, and our first date was amazing, actually. It was like incredible. We really connected, and it was just, I don't even know. We just were talking. Even after we paid the bill, we stayed there for like another hour, just like talking. And then when we left the date, we kissed. And I still feel this way. It was so weird. When we kissed, it was like, I felt like, pew, like fireworks in that kiss. It was just such a good, I haven't had such a good kiss like that in like a minute, where like the chemistry was just so spot on. I was like, whoa, this is weird. Yeah, where it's just like, it just feels so
I know it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Anyway, so we have that kiss. I was so excited. I called Lily after my date, which I usually don't do. I'll send like a voice memo or anything. But I was so hype about this guy that I was like, Lily, that was like a crazy first date. And I know that he felt it too. Mm-hmm. It was like there was no question about it. Because he literally texted me.
He did.
Yeah, I know he texted me literally like the next morning at like 8 a.m. and was like, good morning. hope you slept well. When can I see you again?
I love
like,
the 8 a.m.
right
text.
away. And I was like, perfect. No questions in my mind. So we set up our next date for like, you know, in like a week or whatever. And in between that, we're texting a lot, you know, we're like chatting, yada, yada, yada. And then we go on our second date like a week later. And once again, second date, he takes me out to dinner. It is once again fucking incredible. Like we go to dinner, so good, such a good connection. And then we wanted to go to a bar after. And by this point, I was kind of like, all right, I feel really comfortable with this guy.
I'm taking him to my local.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him to the local.
When you take them to your local,
yeah,
it's
to your
like
local
it's a
bar.
wrap.
Yeah, so I was like, it's time. So I take him to my favorite bar in Williamsburg, Do Chats. And so I'm like, let's go to this bar. On the way to the bar, once again, he stops me in the middle of the street. We kiss. It was just as magical as the first time. We go to this bar. At the bar, we start talking about intentions.
He stopped you in the street.
Yeah.
Now I'm upset.
Right.
Now I'm angry again.
Now I'm pissed.
Swear the fuck up.
No, I swear to God, if I see him, it's on
It's
sight.
on sight.
So anyway, I'm like talking about how like amazing it was, but at the same time, I'm like, it's on sight.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So anyways, we go to the bar. We start talking about our intentions. I tell him like, you know, what are you like looking for? He basically was like, you know, tapped around basically being like you. And then we start talking about, I was like, okay, but I'm obviously going to Italy. Is that like a concern? And he said to me like, actually, I was going to ask you if that was more of a concern. He was like, I was worried that you wouldn't want to get into something, you know, like with me because you're going to Italy. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm just riding the fucking wave. Like if I connect with someone, then like I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah,
like you
I'm
know,
not leaving for a year.
Yeah, and so we established like right then and there that we wanted to continue like dating each other, seeing each other, you know, and whatnot. And that was that. And also, I'm not, because you guys will get into everything. I'm not crazy because I was the one that brought the question up. I know I'm not fucking crazy. So
Damn bitch.
I brought it up. He literally was like, oh my God, I planned on asking you the same exact thing. And then said all like, you know, was very much like, I want to continue to date
very,
you.
very neutral.
Aligned. Yeah, very neutral,
aligned.
Very aligned. Or so I thought. So, yeah, God forbid, I thought we were aligned because he said he wanted to date me and I said I wanted to date him. But apparently he didn't actually want to date me. Yeah. And don't take people for their word. So anyways.
Anymore.
Yeah, no more.
I really don't.
Right. But so anyways, we leave the bar. I end up taking him back to my apartment. Things get frisky, obviously. We're like making out a bunch and then we end up having sex and the sex was really good. And once again, another great sexual connection, which is really important to me. So we had a great sexual connection. It was Yes, it was the first guy that I had sex with since me and Big Jeans broke up. And it was very nice because it was very like passionate and sensual and it was like really nice, and I didn't have that with Big Jeans, and that's like a whole other story. It just felt like there was more of a connection there and it was great. And he ends up staying the night. I was like, if you want to stay, you totally can. No pressure. He stays. We spend the next morning together a little bit and then he leaves, whatever. When he leaves, he knew that like in 2 days, I had a client that I was taking in person in his neighborhood. And he was like, you know, what are you doing after that? And I was like, oh, I might have a little bit of time. I was like, I'll be done by 2:00. He's like, great. I'll be at the coffee shop at 2:01. Like this man is on it. Like, want to see me again.
The
like
definition of those TikToks that are like, guys the day before they
ghost you. Yeah.
He is I'm sorry.
Definition. So I'm like, okay, like great. And I'm eating this up because also like it was a lot. It was like very intense, but it didn't seem like love bombing. Like he wasn't being like, I'm going to make you my wife or like anything. It was like, it just seemed like
a super crush. Like,
mega, like he was just like really excited about like the connection and I was really excited, but I didn't see it as love bombing. And I
if
still
that had been too much for him, you easily could reel that in. Because you're so like communicative in that way. Yeah. Use your words.
Your big words.
That's good.
You know, the words that you learn when you're like 1 year old.
Uh-oh.
Anyways. But what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Keep cooking, mama. Keep cooking.
Anyways, So I'm so back,
I'm
bro.
sad.
I was like down for a sec. I'm so back.
Yeah, get back
Yeah, so,
up.
okay. So we end up going out for coffee after my client. He literally was there. I'm at the coffee shop with my client, and I see him literally 2:00 on the dot. Doop, corner of my eye.
Like
I
a
see
little
him.
golden retriever
Yeah,
puppy.
but I text him. I was like, wait outside for me. Don't come inside because like I'm client confidentiality. Don't eavesdrop in my conversation. Obviously, my fucking client. So, anyways. We have coffee. We end up going out to lunch. We talk that day. We're like, you know, discussing like, when am I going to see you again? Like, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, honestly, we had so much coming up that we were like, the only night we were both available was that night. So I was like, you know what? Like, why don't you come over and we could have like a chill night in? So we depart, leave each other. I take the rest of my clients. He comes over that night, just like cozy clothes. We order Mexican. We're watching Love is Blind. We're making out. Like, it's really great. We have sex again. Once again, the sex was fantastic. It was really great. And then, you know, once again, he stays the night. We wake up together. We're like cuddling, kissing, everything. We get coffee the next morning together. I take him to my local barista.
No, he's been in your local bar,
In my
your
circle.
coffee shop, in you. He's been everywhere.
In your coffee shop, in your local bar, in you.
And he's still ghosted. So
and he's still okay. So that happens, and I'm like, great, whatever. And then, you know, we're texting and everything. The texting's good, cool, whatever. And then, like, I don't even know, energy. I felt an energy shift in the text messages, but I couldn't tell if I was being crazy. I swear to God, woman's intuition, because he was still texting me. Yeah, he was still texting me like fucking paragraphs, which we know, once again, I'm not a big texter in between. And like, I was actually like, at this time, I was having like a fucking crisis where I kept talking to my life coach, being like, this man is sending me paragraphs and I keep sending them back because like I feel bad if I don't reply with a paragraph, but like I don't want to text him like that. Like, we do not need to be texting these fucking paragraphs, bro.
Never
like,
that.
just see me
Ever.
or call me.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to be doing
or
this.
voice memo, I guess.
Yeah. Like, you know, but anyways, so
Summer Fridays, could you?
yeah. Where is it?
Thanks. Your doll.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So yeah, no. So I felt this weird energy shift, and then a lot also happened like in the spur of like a weekend or whatever, where I was already feeling this weird energy shift. I could tell he wasn't making a plan to see me again. So I was like, okay, but he was still texting me so much. So I was like, okay, great. He's pen paling me. Also, this weekend was literally one of my biggest just crash out weekends, because that was happening. Kamala lost the election, and our best friend's mother
That was the
passed
worst.
away.
Actually, worst week of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
Which,
in between last episode and this episode,
Yeah.
she passed away because we like
In between
pre-recorded that
recording.
so early. So you'll see a dedication at the beginning of this episode to Queen Susan. Yes.
Susan was our best friend Jeff's mother. She passed away of cancer, and it was super sad, and she meant a lot to us, and she was super important in our lives, and she was the biggest fan of me and Lily, both with Gin and Toxic and just in our day-to-day lives. She was always your cheerleader, always replying to our Instagram stories, just such a like beautiful, brilliant, vibrant woman. So yeah, in the midst of all this going down, she passed, and that was really hard. And
that
it
took
was
a toll on us.
It took a lot on us.
And then we had to like go to upstate New York and like go be there for our friend Jeff and like go to the service and everything. So we like left the city for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys will see a dedication at the beginning of this episode, and probably at the end too, to her. Yeah, sorry to make things morbid on you guys for a sec, but we did want to make sure we got that somewhere in here also. So
she would love being in the middle of Mr. Tim's story.
She would love this story.
She loved the drama more than we did.
She obsessed.
Yeah,
obsessed. She was a queen. So in Susan's memory, Susan, our drama, our gossip sessions go out to you. What did they
She's
say
still
that
listening.
She always said wine, water, wine, wine, water.
Yes.
Right.
Correct, Diva.
Right.
Correct.
And don't go in the hot tub, or don't go in the hot tub in a bathing suit.
In a bathing suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen.
She had a point.
She had a point. So, Mr. Timbs. So, anyway, so a lot was happening that weekend. I felt the energy shift. And so I was like, okay, you know what? He still texts me. Let me like give a little some whatever. So I think I like threw a bone at him where I was like, you know, like would love to see you again or something. And he originally made like a plan kind of, and he was like, yeah, like let's do it, whatever. Was like, let's go out and do something on this night, whatever. We made a plan for a date, but there was still no location or anything, but we had like the date like set. The day of it comes and he cancels on me the morning of with some weird ass excuse, basically saying that like him and his roommates were having an election day party and that he forgot about it and that he has to attend it, which I was like, okay, whatever. So that was that. And then, so he cancels and I was already annoyed because you cancel on me the day of and I already felt the energy shift. So I was like, whatever. But he was like, but you know, what other days are you free? Whatever. Gave him like my 2 free days. And he was like, okay, great. Let's do dinner on this day, like at this time, whatever, like all this stuff. It was like a day or 2 later or something. I was like, okay, sounds great. We continue texting, whatever. Once again, the day of the date, he cancels on me twice in a row now.
Immediately cooked.
Cancels on me and was like, but are you free
me.
for like a coffee tomorrow morning or something?
That's bullshit.
And the second time around when he canceled, he was more stupid of an excuse. It was like, oh, like, hey, like, my cousin's in town and I just have like a lot to do. It was like something like stupid, which was true. His cousin was visiting in town, but it was just like a stupid excuse. And I knew it was an excuse. I'm like, I'm not fucking stupid. So I'm like, so he sends that. And by this point, we knew. Yeah, we knew. I'm really annoyed. So I send him back a message that was like, because, also part of the plot is that he was leaving to go on a trip to Europe for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, like in a few days. So we're trying to go on a date before he leaves. So then I was just like annoyed and I was like, if there's one thing about me, I'm not going to let man cancel on me the day of twice. That's disrespectful of my time. And also I know that you were trying to like slow ghost me or something. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I text him back basically being like, you know, I gave you what my free day was because I am very busy. This is it. This is now the second time you've canceled on me day of, and this isn't working for me. So maybe we could see each other when you're back. That's what I said. He sends me back a text. This is the fucking gag of it all. And he was like, sounds good. Sorry again. But yeah, maybe we can link up.
Oh my God. I forgot.
When I'm back.
No. Cooked.
Link up.
Cooked.
You're cooked.
No.
Link up is crazy.
When you showed me that, I was like, yeah, he doesn't like you.
Link up is crazy after the fucking romantic rendezvous we had. Link up. So I just texted him back and I was like, sounds good. Enjoy your trip. He said, thanks. I'm looking forward to it. And that was the end of it. And we did not speak at all after that until.
Another
so that
fucking
happened.
Birthday party. I'm telling you, this
party.
friend group's birthday parties are the bane of my fucking existence.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my God. So that guy is out of the question. I was pretty like bummed because I really like this guy. I could have totally saw it maybe going somewhere, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we were very much on the same page and, you know, or he was just telling me things and wasn't actually on the same page, but that would be crazy because he was just saying like, I told you when he literally
they just be saying shit, Christina.
Looked me in my eyes and goes, where have you been?
Yeah.
Where have you been? Romantic, like straight out of a rom-com. And just like all this other stuff, telling me how he's been talking to his mom about me.
Oh my God.
Like
they
all
just
this, like,
be saying shit.
They just be saying shit.
I've really learned this year, like when I'm dating and stuff, I'm so careful about what I say. And every single thing that I say, I mean wholeheartedly 100%.
Yep.
And if I like say how I feel, like that kind of takes a lot for me. And I'm always like, you know, I like really emphasize that. I swear men just be saying shit.
Yeah.
It's like an experiment to them. It's so crazy.
Yeah. So that was that. So we didn't say anything else to each other. That was the end of that. And then like a few weeks later, a friend of ours is having her birthday party. And Lord and behold, Lily's
Crash
going.
out of all time.
Mr. Timbs is going to be there.
We were so anxious
wonderful.
going into that birthday.
So anxious. There's a video. Lily has a video of me crashing out in the bathroom.
Like actually crashing out.
It's kind of hilarious. Maybe we'll post it on the GNT feed.
Like just the whole vibe. It was like, because I knew the venue and I was like, it's so small.
So small and intimate. And when we got there, it wasn't even crowded either.
No,
so it was like
so
the distance
weird.
between me and Mr. Timbs. So we pull up to this birthday party, okay, like a month later, and the distance between me and Mr. Timbs is like the distance of me to Lily. Like, crazy. Yeah. So
no, and it's crazy that he like ghosted you, especially knowing you have mutual friends and that this is inevitably going to happen. That's where they lose me too.
Right. Like, as if we're not going to run into each other again.
Right.
Okay.
It's never okay to ghost, but like, hello. Yeah. It's so bold to ghost within the friend group.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So anyways, we're there. First 30 minutes are going by. It's very obvious he's avoiding me. I'm kind of avoiding him right back because I'm like, oh,
well,
God.
It's his responsibility to talk to you.
Right. It's not my fucking responsibility to approach you.
And that's when I saw, I was like, oh, he's young and immature. You know, I was like, he's a nice guy, but I was like, he's got young. A lot of learning. He's sitting in the corner twiddling his thumbs, like panicking.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's a conversation.
Yeah. Eventually, he comes up to me and Lily. This was kind of funny because he comes up, obviously, to like talk to me. He's like, hey, how are you guys? Whatever. And obviously comes up. I feel like it was obvious he came up to talk to me, and Lily's just standing there. And I look at Lily. I go,
I forgot my
Lily.
cue. I forgot my cue. I'm sorry.
I literally was like, okay, Lily, you can walk away now.
Yeah, but remember what I said to him?
What did you say?
He was talking.
Nice to meet you or something?
Yes, but then he's like talking to us about, he's like, how's life, blah, blah, blah. And I go, you're being so brave right now.
Yes, you're being so brave right now.
I go, aw, look at you. You're talking to her. You're being so brave. She goes, Lily, it's time to go.
I said, Lily, it's time for you to walk away.
I didn't even remotely get that. I thought I was going to be like a part of it. Like, I thought it was like an us thing.
I was like,
I thought it was an us thing.
So I go, Lily, walk away. She goes, okay, yeah, great.
No, yeah. Then I shuffled away.
So she goes away. And I just go, so what happened? So I said,
hey, where you been?
Hey, what's up? So I just go, what happened? He was like, yeah, like, I think I just got like really like, you know, freaked out, and, you know, everything was kind of moving really fast, and, you know, I crumbled, whatever he said. And I was like, okay, get it, whatever.
Totally get it.
Get it.
Just don't get not communicating it.
Yeah. And then he was like, you know, and then I was like, so where are you at with like dating and relationships and stuff? And he was like, with you or in general? And I was like, I don't know, both, I guess. And he took a bit to answer, a lot of, and then finally he was like, I just don't think like I should be like getting into anything right now. Like, I'm leaving for the holidays, he said. And just like, yeah, I just don't think I actually,
I'm busy.
Yeah, I actually don't think I'm ready for a relationship, whatever.
It's always that.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. And I was like, I just like didn't really know what to say in the moment. I was like, all right, yeah, that's all good. And then it was kind of awkward. And then I go, I'm going to walk away now. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then I walk over to Lily and I was like, LOL, that's done. And she was like, no way. And I'm like telling her and her friends, whatever. And then Lily got some intel that apparently he told a friend of his that, what's it called? Apparently he told a friend of his that I was saying some crazy things that were like freaking him out, apparently.
Yeah, that Christina was saying things that were like very much
forward about,
and
like,
whatever.
You know.
But I was like, let's pull up the receipts.
Yeah, I was like,
let's pull up the receipts, because that was mutual as fuck.
Yeah, so if that is true, he told his friends that I was saying some, you know, crazy things, whatever. He was saying them right back. Also, I don't know what crazy things I could have said aside from like, you know, like I want to be with you.
You didn't, because okay, I know Christina more than I know anyone else, and you are so like, especially at this stage in life, like cautious with that stuff.
Yeah.
You very much take things slow.
Yeah.
You're very like, not like play it cool, but you're very like normal, the anti-love bomb, like whatever.
Yeah.
So I know for you to say things that were forward and flirty, he had to have been doing it. Right back. First. Yeah.
I do not say things unless I feel it is reciprocated.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not just going to be like, hey, I really like you and, you know, looking forward to seeing where this goes, whatever, unless it's reciprocated first. So that was that. And here's the thing, even if that's the case, like I was saying things, he was saying things, whatever, if he got so freaked out and was like, oh my God, actually this is moving too fast, communicate that. Just be like, hey, honestly,
obviously,
like this has been really great, you know, wonderful, but I do feel like, you know, now that things are actually settling in, I feel like it's going a little bit fast. Like I would have totally understood.
Oh my God, you would have been like, oh my God, completely.
I'd have been like, totally
borderline
get it.
agree. Like, yeah.
You know, because we had a really intense like few weeks, but obviously if he was like, let's slow down, I would have been like, great, I agree. Also at some point, I probably would have gotten to that point to be like, hey, actually this is going great, but like I can't see you multiple times a week. Like I need to like,
I'm so busy,
you know, do things. So, you know, so that was that. And that was kind of like where it left off. And then Lily saw him at another birthday party, like 2 weeks later.
I'm telling you, these goddamn birthday parties, everything goes down at the goddamn birthday party.
Yeah, and what happened there? You spoke to him and he was like, oh, like, I would love to be friends with you guys eventually, or like said sorry or some shit.
He saw me and I was like, okay, let's just get this over with. Like,
right.
I knew it was going to be like a thing. So I was like, let me just say hi and like be normal and then I'll make a joke.
Right.
So like I go over, I hug my friend and then I'm like, hey, Mr. Timbs, like give him a hug. I'm like, how's it going? Like, whatever. And he's like, good. And then we're all talking for a second. And then it gets silent for like 1 second. I look at him, I go, so Christina's here. She's in the bathroom right now.
Oh yeah, we played this prank on him.
Yeah, so the bit is Christina wasn't at this party. And
yeah, I was not there.
he goes, oh, cool. So, how you been? And I'm just talking to him like normal, and I'm talking to him for
I love
a
while.
bit. Yeah, I'm talking to him for like 10 minutes, and then I go, so did you get to the part yet where like Christina's not here? And he was like, yeah. So I kind of like he was looking around.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I kind of figured like I kind of.
I know, we were just texting before she went to this party, and I was like, how funny would it be? Because I was like, obviously you're gonna talk to Mr. Timbs while you're there. It was like, how funny would it be if you told him just send him into a spiral for 2 seconds
For like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It was
could
so
be
worth
funny.
It was so worth it. No, but
Anyways.
I did say to him, I was like, look, like, you know, no need to feel, I could tell he was like a little antsy with me at first.
Good.
And I was like, no need to feel like overly uncomfortable around me. But I was like, I am just going to have to call you out for like 1 second. And I just said like, essentially, I was like, I hope you learned a bit of a lesson here. I was like, because from what I've gone through this year with dating, like, I think the worst thing you can do to someone once you're like a bit involved is ghost them. I think it's really, really disrespectful. I said that to him and I said, and on top of that, you ghosted somebody who was nothing but good to you and is in your friend group. Like, you need to be really, really careful about that because it's going to bite you in the ass. And I was like, you're lucky me and Christina are like, I mean, I almost said that we're mature. We literally have a flow chart behind us with his name. But like,
we like a little bit.
Yes,
we're mature, but we love a bit.
We love a bit. We really do. But we're mature enough to like look at this guy and be like, okay, nice guy, but like made a bad choice. And that's what I told him. I was like, I can tell you're a good guy. I was like, I've been around a lot of douchebags. I can tell you're a good guy, but I really hope you learned a lesson here. Like, communicating with women is so important in dating. Like, you just have to, I was like, and there's no harm. I go, you're not a bad guy for not being interested in somebody or rejecting somebody at all. I always have a lot of respect for people when they send me that text that's like, hey, you're fucking awesome, but like, I just don't think this is for me. I'm always like, yeah, no worries. Like, you know, it could sting a little bit, whatever, but like,
yeah, but it's way more respectful than making a date with me twice with, I know he had full intentions of canceling both times. So you made a date with me twice, canceled the morning. Like, you look way more like a douchebag than had you come to me and been like, hey, honestly, I started to realize this is going a little bit too fast for me, you know, and I don't think this is like, you know I might have been really direct, but I'm not sure if this is what I want. Like, you know, definitely I would have been hurting. I would have been like, yeah, that hurts.
Bummer, but
I'm glad you told me
for having
and you were direct
me.
about it.
Yes. Yeah, 1,000%. So I kind of just like told him that, and like I tried not to be condescending, but I was kind of like, you just seem like maybe you're a little younger in that category, and like you have a little bit of learning to do with dating, and like that's fine. But when it comes to Christina's like, and me at this point, veterans, and we just like we have that respect for people. Like, I just know what I'm doing, and like I'm good at communicating my feelings, whether I like a guy or I don't like the guy. I'm good at communicating that. And he's clearly not. And I was like, you're fine, but like, you know, before maybe getting involved with someone that you know is older, more mature, has more experience, like you need to kind of think, am I there yet?
Also, he's younger.
Yeah, only a year younger. But he could have been 28 though, like, and I would say he's young. He's just
mentally younger.
Yeah, in that
the jump from 24 to 25, though, I feel like although it's only a year younger, I feel like it feels at 24 you feel so much younger. At 25 you feel so much old. Like,
no, you do. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So.
But yeah,
and
I was
what
just,
did he like?
He
I already know this.
Completely owned it. Like, he was like, no. He was like, I could tell that at the first birthday party where we ran into him, I could tell he was embarrassed and ashamed of his choice, and like as he should. But then at this birthday party as well, like I did have a level of respect where he like completely owned it and then spoke very, very highly of Christina to me, as he should. It's my diva. But he was just like, I have a lot of respect for her. And like, I think you guys are great. And like, I hope that, because we have to see these people all the time. He was like, I just hope that we can all be like friendly and cool. And I was like, Christina is the best. Like, you know, you guys probably aren't gonna be the best of friends, but like you can be civil and like whatever. Not yet, but at some point.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, obviously me and Christina, we joked with you that, you know, this will be talked about and like we're gonna do the bit on the podcast about it and whatever. But I was like, ultimately, it's not gonna be a bit every time we see you. Like, we're not like psychotic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And you know, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rub dirt in the wound every single time.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time.
Yeah.
After this goes live and I see him for the first time,
I'll
there will
always
be
make
salt
a
in the
joke.
wound. I'll make a little joke,
I'll
and I
make a
probably will
joke.
continue to call him Mr. Timbs.
Yes.
But yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, that was good. I'm glad that he said that to Lily. I just would have liked it to be said to my face
Oh,
and
yeah.
not through a third party. Then again, I wasn't there, so maybe he would have said it to my face, or he doesn't have the balls.
I do
that.
feel like if you had come to that birthday, you guys would have had another conversation where he got a little deeper with it and like said something to you, but who cares? Doesn't even matter though. What does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I also agree. I think he's a really good guy. I think he's a sweet boy. But yeah, I just think he didn't really know what he was doing. It was a situation he didn't know how to navigate and navigated it really poorly at my expense. And that's why I don't fuck with it.
Yeah. Period. Completely agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's the story of Mr. Timbs. I know he'll be
R.I.P.
tuning in. Call me. No, I'm kidding.
Call me.
Imagine I end it. Yeah, it's fine. Call me. No, I was just obviously I was very hurt by the situation because he wasn't direct with me, and it was kind of just like, okay. Also, with all the other shit that was going on that weekend,
Yeah, it was really
like
shitty timing.
okay, like great. East
And
River
it was
looks
shitty. Like
gorgeous
we
for
were
a dip right
we
now.
were excited too because like he is friends with a lot of our friends, so I was kind of like, oh my god, this could be so fun. Like that's why
Yeah.
I was rooting for you guys too, because I was like, oh my god, this would be so fun. Like I know him, we're friends, and like I know his friends, and, like it'll be so great, whatever. So it was just kind of like a bummer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I mean, honestly, I think probably what the conclusion was is that he actually did, you know, maybe he liked me for a week and then realized he didn't like me as much as he
Yeah.
thought he did. And if that's the case, like whatever. But if the case truly was that he was like, oh, I really like you, but like he really liked me, but he thought it was just moving way too fast and he can't like commit or anything, then once again, like, dude, just
Yeah.
I wish he would have communicated that to me, because if that was actually the case, I would have been like, cool, I'm fine
Yeah.
with going slow. I'm fucking leaving anyways. Like, I don't need to like go balls to the wall with something.
This is why though with dating now, I'm so careful about what I say the first like 3 dates. Like even if I'm on the second, third date and I really, really like them, and like no matter what they're saying, I'm just like, let's take this slow.
Yeah.
Because you can't take back, not that you didn't do anything wrong. He was giving you the reason like to say the things you were saying, but it's just like, it is better, like even if you're crazy about someone the first few dates, just no need to say it, you know, like just show it with your actions more so, you know, like by making plans and like being enthusiastic about hanging out and whatever, like, you know, so there's no need to say like, I've been looking for you.
Yeah.
There really isn't. Like, don't say that the first few times.
Where have you been?
Because you're going to kick yourself in the foot.
I will never forget when he said that to me. We
Shoot
were
yourself
on
in
my
the foot.
couch. I was literally on top of him on my couch. And he was like, where have you been?
Like, there's no, just don't.
Like,
Even if you
you
feel
didn't need
that
to say
way,
that.
even if you really feel that way in the moment, don't say it the first few dates because you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, it's for your own sake. Don't do it.
Yeah, so that was probably my most, because I think after this, in terms of the list of flowchart men, there's only one more guy who's like not really that significant. The most significant ones is Mayor of Greenpoint and Mr. Timbs. Mr. Timbs was kind of the one with like,
Well, you're
the
newly
craziest
single.
story, I guess.
That's why I'm like, get out there and get some stories.
I know. Like I said, I joined Hinge for like 2 minutes when me and Big Jeans broke up. Like literally 2 days, and then deleted it. Hadn't been on it for the past few months, and then just re-downloaded it the other day for funsies. Oh, and when I re-downloaded it, who was one of the first people that showed up on my Hinge? The Mayor of Greenpoint. I was like, again? This is now the third time. Also, Mr. Timbs, after saying he wasn't looking for anything and didn't want to date,
I did tell him this.
showed up on Lily's Hinge. Not
Like,
only
date
on her Hinge,
most
as
compatible.
her most compatible.
No, Christina. Okay, so Mr. Timbs was my most compatible. The guy that my roommate is seeing is my most compatible. And then my other roommate was seeing this guy who came up as my most compatible the other day. I'm like, why does Hinge really want me to fuck my friend's mans? Like, I don't want this. I didn't ask for this.
It's because you were just as gorgeous, hot, and funny as your friends, and they recognize that.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, but that was hilarious. She was like, Lily sends me a screenshot of that, and I was like,
Yeah. Ouch.
ow.
Yeah, but I wanted you to know he was on
Ow.
Hinge. I was like, should I tell her? And then I was like, no, she should know that he's on Hinge because that's snaky because he was literally saying he wasn't on Hinge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He made it a point to be like, I'm not on the apps.
Dude, like you're not
any better or worse
Oh
than
my
anybody if you're on or
God.
off the apps. It
I
doesn't make you
know.
any better or worse.
It's actually
than
a pet
someone.
peeve of mine. I was hanging out with a guy the other day for the second
Yeah,
time.
I don't use the apps.
Yes.
Good for fucking you, I guess. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck?
Yeah, I was hanging out with a guy the other day and he was like, yeah, I don't have any of the apps anymore. And I was like, oh, nice. I do have Hinge. Like, I don't really like use it that much, but I do have it. And he was like, oh yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with it. Like immediately kind of like reiterated that he wasn't like, I'm better than everyone else because I
Yeah.
don't have dating apps. But like so many people do kind of talk like that. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm really not crazy about Hinge at all. I barely go on Hinge dates, but nothing
Yeah.
wrong with having it. Like we all get bored and scroll.
Yeah, I don't even have it. Like, use it in whatever capacity you want. Like, I now have it again, but I don't have my notifications on, and I'm
Oh
not
my God,
constantly
I've never
scrolling through
I go
it
on
or
like
anything.
once
Like,
every 2 weeks just to
you know,
like look at who liked me and stuff.
yeah, I'll see
Yeah.
who liked me and just kind of like X, yes, whatever.
You know what's a
and
huge
then-
ick of mine? Huge ick. Men who constantly update their Hinge.
Yeah, which oh my God, I think when
my
I saw
boy band, I swear to God,
Really?
he updates his Hinge like every 3 days. It gave me the ick, and that's why I like haven't reached out to him.
shut up. I think that
Like
Mayor of Greenpoint, when his Hinge came up on my thing again,
it was updated.
Not all of it, but there was a photo on there that I was like, that definitely was not there.
I mean, I update mine every few months.
yeah. But then again, also the Mayor of Greenpoint, me and him, like I said at the beginning of this, we had a conversation where where he was like, I'm going to continue to, date and see other people.
Yeah, hello, you're on Hinge
And then
too.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, when his profile came up, I wasn't like, how dare he?
No, it was just kind of like,
but it was
oh
just
my
kind of
God.
like, Jesus Christ. Like,
No,
again.
I cannot with men that constantly update their Hinge. And you know what's also interesting about Hinge is your location doesn't update automatically. You have to go in and change
Yeah.
it. So I've coincidentally been seeing some men that travel around a lot, whether it's on tour, on a boat, like whatever. They stay updating that fucking location.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like I'll like know that they got to a city that day and babe, it was updated the day before they got there. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like who has time for this?
Yeah. When
Apparently-
the girls do it, it's fun and flirty.
Oh no, I'm talking about men only.
Yeah, men exclusively. Why are you
Oh my
updating your
God.
Hinge location
like,
all the time?
Updating it and then like also the images. I'm like and like rearranging them in I'm like, okay, let's like calm down.
Chill out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy behavior.
All right. Toxic confession. This is hilarious because this girl submitted it. It's a short, but really packs a punch.
Yeah. Perfect.
She starts by saying, using my Finsta because it's that bad.
Oh.
His girl sends it from her Finsta.
That's funny.
Like I said, it's short, but it packs a punch. She said, I once told my ex that if he ever cheated on me, I would fuck his dad. And then he went on cheated on me. So I did, in fact, fuck his dad twice. And he still doesn't know about it. And I feel so powerful. I fucked him the second time for fun.
You guys continue to amaze me.
Yeah, the second time was just for funsies.
No, the first time was like, fuck
I
you.
feel her.
The second time was like, because I can.
No, right.
Wow.
I feel her. How we said that I like my type has changed. New type unlocked. Fathers.
I think I saw a TikTok once that was like, before you try me, ask yourself, would your dad fuck me? And that resonated.
Would your
with
dad
me.
sleep with me?
Like, yeah, he probably would.
Probably.
Like,
Because at the end of the day, I don't care how old the man is. He is a boy at heart.
he's a man.
He's
at
a
the end of the day.
Thanks for listening / watching. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Gin Toxic Podcast. You can go follow me on, all the socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Beauty Chickie.
Follow me.
Yeah, or you can follow Lily
Just follow me.
at Lily Stewart 2 Y's on Instagram, Lily Stewart 4 T's on TikTok, Lily Stewart 2
T's
T's on Twitter. We need to fix that.
No,
Just go to the video description.
No, I like a challenge.
I'm gonna nail it so I could keep saying it in the episode.
Perfect.
Anyways, DM us on Instagram your toxic confessions. Send them in. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.